Cubesters, today I'm going to be showing you how I took my times from 40 seconds or longer all the way down to 25 seconds to 37 seconds in the span of 2 weeks on the 3x3. Alright, so taking your times down, if you take long like I used to do, isn't as hard as you might think. So the first thing you want to practice is especially your cross and maybe becoming dual cross, which means you can solve two of the opposite crosses, usually white and yellow. And so I learned from Brody the Cuber that your cross should take 1/10 of the time you use to solve the actual cube. So if my average used to be 40 seconds, my cross should take 4 seconds. So now I've got my cross down to about 2 or 3 seconds. And another useful tip to improve your F2L look ahead is to solve the cross on the bottom. So I know this might take a while to get used to, and I'm still not totally used to it. I sometimes hold it facing me still. But once you learn how to do it, it's a really, really good way to improve your cross. So you just want to notice these little things. So this can be moved up with 1 move. That can be put in with 2 moves. This can be moved in with 3 moves. And this can be moved up and in with 3 moves. And you just want to practice your cross until you can get it down to about 1/10 of your time. Now, once you have mastered the cross to about 1/10 of your time or less, which is great, the next step is to practice your F2L. So F2L for me used to take around 30 seconds, but now it takes around 20 seconds or even less, or maybe a little bit more. Depends on the day. So for your F2L, you just want to learn some simple algorithms like when 2 pieces are linked together that don't need to be linked together. So for example, when these 2 pieces are linked together and this piece just needs to be flipped and it's on the left side, you can just do L prime, U2, L, and then you can just put these 2 together with R prime, U2, R, and you can just insert that. And you want to get your F2L to a stage where you can do the algorithms without really thinking much about what you're doing. And once you are at the stage, I'm assuming your F2L is down to about 20 seconds, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. This is exactly what you want, because once you can perform F2L without really thinking, this is what you want. Because once you can do this, this means while you're doing a pair, you want to focus on looking for the next pair so you don't pause in your solves. And pausing in your solve can really slow you down, just like how too many rotations can slow you down. And you really want to get good at your F2L so that your times can be dropped by a big number. Another tip, so once you know 1 or 2 look OLL, you want to learn a few OLL cases that might pop up more commonly, such as 1 in 18 or 1 in 20, anything really 1 in 30 chance of popping up. You really want to learn those cases because it can really improve your F2L. And also, for anything such as the cross, F2L, OLL, or PLL, please, I beg you, learn finger tricks. They will improve so much on your performance, and it really helps you turn faster, and it's just really good to learn finger tricks. Alright, once again for PLL, once you know 1 or 2 look PLL, you want to learn some of those more common cases, and they might really help you out one day, just like OLL. So you really want to learn those cases because it can improve your time. But once again, you don't have to learn full PLL or OLL to be fast. That is a complete myth. Just practice, practice, practice. Record yourself if you want to see what you could have done better during the cross or OLL or inspection. Just small things like that can really improve your performance. Another thing, use CS Timer. There's so many things. It can scramble almost any cube. You can also set it to 3x3 subsets on the left box, and on the right box you can choose other certain things such as 3x3, which means you can do like last lat, let's say, where it will solve the cross and all 3 F2L pairs except for the last one, and all you have to do is make the last pair. Sometimes you'll have to put in this cross piece, do OLL and PLL, and you can see how long it takes you. And you can also just practice your F2L or OLL or PLL or whatever, and CS Timer is a really good way to practice. And you can also choose if you want inspection on or not. And I highly recommend that at first when you're starting, don't use inspection on there, and take as long as you need, and then turn on inspection. Another way to practice is once you've done a scramble recommended from an online timer such as CS Timer or other good things such as that, you should record yourself so that you can see what you could have done better during inspection, or something you should have noticed while solving your cross, or an F2L pair you might not have realized, and it just really helps you out. So that's another tip. Something that is crucial for you to do is to practice for at least an hour every single day. And I know that might sound like a lot, but it really does improve your performance, and you can see what you might be doing wrong, especially if you're recording yourself. And if you go without cubing for any longer than 2 weeks, chances are you're going to forget stuff and you're going to up your time, and this is just not a good thing because everybody wants to be faster. And let's say if you took 25 seconds and you were gone for 2 weeks, chances are your time would have gone up by a good chunk of seconds, such as probably around 30 to 35 seconds. If you are planning on going to a competition, a really good way to practice, and I learned this from Brody DeCuber, so full shout out to him for this idea, is you're going to pull up CS Timer or whatever online timer you used, scramble your cube, and I do hope that you have a cube cover, and if not, I am going to make a tutorial soon on how to make one just with a piece of printer paper. And once you do scramble, cover up your cube, bring out your cube mat, bring out your timer if you have one, hopefully, or you can use your cube timer. And you can keep your computer back in the spot where the judge would be if you were at a competition, and you can have it on type in your time or whatever. In settings, you can change that. I am planning on doing a tutorial on how to use CS Timer and all the advanced features it has. And what you want to do also is you can go onto YouTube and pull up crowd noises, so that's like you're being in a real competition. But Brody Cuber says, and this is a really good tip, don't put in headphones because it doesn't give the same echo that it would if you were at a competition. So I am planning on starting to do this soon, and I'll let you guys know how it goes and how to set it up. So if you're practicing on CS Timer, another really good tip for you is to use your hand timer and have it set on type in your time, so that way you can do the scramble from CS Timer, cover up your cube, take off the cover, do inspection and all that good stuff, solve it, and use your hand timer as a timer instead of the space bar or whatever key you use to start and stop the timer, because this will increase the chances of you lowering your time by just that 1/10 of a second, which can mean the world to anybody if it's a PB or not. And what this can do is if a timer is closer to you than a space bar, this means that would take off that 1/10 of a second than that space bar. And so what you want to do is just time yourself with a hand timer and type it in on your computer. Alright, well, I hope this tutorial on how to lower your times and how I lowered my time by 10 seconds or more in the span of 2 weeks by doing these few but simple tricks really helped you out too. What I want is for you guys to improve from watching my tutorials and videos on my channel. And if you do want to see more videos like this on how to improve faster, please comment down below and I will totally make more videos like this. Thanks for watching till the end. I hope these tips helped you out. Have a great day, Cubesters. Bye.